Yo, this your boy, the real McCoy, coming at you, man. Be talking about the NFL, man, and I wanted to do a quick video, cause the season kicked off. You know what I'm saying? I was excited. You know what I'm saying? And what made me really excited because last year I didn't have Sunday Ticket because I don't have DirecTV, and this year I was able to get it. I heard that I was able to get DirecTV through my PlayStation 4, through my PS4. So they probably did that last year, and I just didn't know about it, you know, because I don't have DirecTV. But I got it this year. I was just pumped up, man, on actually have it, flipping through the games, because I didn't get it last year, you know what I'm saying? I love football, you know what I'm saying? But I was flipping through the channels, like, man, I missed this, you know what I'm saying? I missed this, man. I was like a kid in the candy store, man. But when I was watching the games, I was like, you know, since I'm able to know, I'm blessed to be able to have Sunday Ticket, flipping through the channels, through the PS4 or whatever, going through the games. I was like, you know, I can, you know, each week, week 1, week 2, week 3, and etc., going, you know, whatever, do a video recapping the previous week for all the games, injuries, big plays, things that stood out to me. You know what I mean, and do it for each week through the entire season. But let's jump right into it, man. The season started off, kicked off September 10th, Thursday night, up in Foxborough, Gillette Stadium. Defending champs, Patriots, hosted the Steelers, man. Good game. The Steelers ended up winning. Not the Steelers. The Patriots won 28-21. I did a prediction video coming into the season for AFC, NFC, who's gonna win each division like that. And my prediction video was based off of Tom Brady being suspended, just to mix it up a little bit. It'd be a little different, you know what I mean? Obviously, you know, he wasn't suspended. And if Tom Brady is in the lineup, and that changes the whole NFL, you know what I mean? But I mean, Brady was Brady. You know what I mean? Brady was Brady, man. 25 32, 288 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Brady was Brady. I mean, that's what Brady does, man. So that didn't surprise or shock me, anything like that. Now the Steelers had a good chance of winning that game. So they lost 28-21. Big Ben threw for over 300 yards. The D'Angelo Williams, I mean, he had a great game. You know what I mean? He had a great game. You know, he's replacing Le'Veon Bell, because Bell had serving a 2-game suspension. And, you know, they had no Martavis Bryant, a wide receiver. My boy Pouncey, he didn't play. He was hurt at center. And I was watching, and they only lost by 7. Had a chance to, you know, to win the game down the stretch. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here watching the game, and I was like, a healthy Steelers team, because, you know, the Steelers and the Patriots, they're not in the same division, so they're not going to play each other again unless they meet in the playoffs. I was like, a healthy Steelers team can beat the Patriots. I mean, just by looking at, because, man, the Steelers had all the missed field goals, the penalties, the miscommunication on defense. You know what I mean? And they only lost by a touchdown. You know what I mean? Brady only had 7 incomplete passes, 4 touchdown passes. They only lost by 7. Yeah, you know what I mean? But that's down the road, man. A good game, man. Good to say Brady was Brady, man. I mean, Brady do what Brady do, man. And going into the Sunday game, my man Johnny Manziel, he threw his first touchdown pass. It was a nice throw down the sideline. You know what I mean, to Travis Benjamin. You know, a good pass. And then I believe the next possession he threw a bad pick. He fumbled 2 times. And when I was watching the game, because they played the Jets up in New York, and I was like, he may go through what Mike Vick went through, because I believe as a starting quarterback for the Falcons or the Eagles, I think Michael Vick only played 16 games, but he played a whole season, I think once. You know, he's just too small. And Vick, I mean, Johnny Manziel is better than Michael Vick at least sliding. Manziel would at least try and slide. Vick he didn't like the slide. He just, first thing I said, man, Manziel, he's too small to take these kind of hits, man. He's gonna fumble or get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That jumped out to me, but I believe their starting quarterback on Josh McCown, I think he's got a concussion. So 9 times out of 10, I think Manziel's gonna start Sunday. I think he should probably be the starter anyway. I mean, I'm not a big on his game. You know what I mean? Manziel in the NFL. You know, but you know, man, he brings an extra dynamic that that a lot of quarterbacks can't. You know what I mean? But he's still correct on his turnover issues. But congrats to him on throwing his first touchdown pass. You know what I mean? You gotta stop turning the ball over though. You know what I mean? You gotta stop turning the ball over. And I do like the Browns' new uniforms, man. They clean, man. They fresh. I like the unis, man. The thing that really stood out to me is that, man, defenses were dominant week 1. Very dominant, man, across the board. You know what I mean? I believe it was like I think 14 teams only scored 20 points or less. Because I believe last year on defenses on average gave up, I want to say, about 22 points a game. So half the league, almost 14 teams, almost half the league scored only 20 points or less. That's pretty good. You know what I mean? Then I think 4 teams scored 10 points or less. You know what I mean? Defenses play very well, man. Defenses play very well. You know what I mean? Especially in this era of football, where it's all about the quarterback, change some rules where it's meant for the offenses to put up numbers. Now it could be just week 1. You know, offenses could be a little rusty, still in the preseason mindset, and you know, and training camp, things like that. So. And plus, a lot of these quarterbacks, they're too good to continuously struggle the way that most quarterbacks, you know what I mean, not all, across the NFL kind of struggle. Defenses play well on Sunday. They play very well. I was like, man, looking at the scores, going through the games, a lot of teams are having trouble moving the ball. I was like, man, this is, you know what I mean, I like defense, you know what I mean, this is good stuff here, you know what I'm saying? And Buffalo Bills, their defense is legit, man. The Buffalo Bills defense is for real, and it's not just a week 1 overreaction, man. This goes back to last year. If you look at the defensive statistics last year, they ranked in a 1, 2, 3 with the Seattle, Detroit Lions, and Buffalo was all like 1, 2, 3 all of last year in defensive statistics. They balled last year. They had Jim Schwartz as their defensive coordinator last year. Now they got Rex Ryan as their head coach, and we know he's a defensive genius with his blitzing schemes and things like that. Their defense is for real, man. Because last year MVP Aaron Rodgers went up to Buffalo. He kind of struggled. This year, Andrew Luck. A lot of people got Andrew Luck. Some say MVP. They're gonna win the Super Bowl, win the AFC. He's gonna ball out this year. He struggled. Only scored 14 points, and I believe those 2 touchdowns came in the second half. They were shut out in the first half, man. Buffalo's defense is for real, man. Yes, sir. Their defense, and saying this goes back to last year, man. Buffalo's defense is really good. My only issue with Buffalo is the quarterback play. Now, Tyrod Taylor, he played well. He played solid, you know what I mean? But I just think that, man, they're a quarterback away from probably being the best team in the NFL. That's how good their defense is. I mean, it's for real, man. Buffalo's defense is really good. No doubt about that, man. As far as the 1 o'clock games, I think the best game was the Rams and the Seahawks in St. Louis. It's like the Rams just have the Seahawks, the number. The Rams have the Seahawks number, at least in St. Louis. They beat them there last year. Was it week 16, 17? They almost beat them in Seattle last year. I think it was week 17. They beat them in St. Louis last year. You know what I mean? They just have their number, man. And the Rams defensive line is no joke, man. The Rams D-line is serious. No doubt. And I knew the Seahawks had, because I watched them in the preseason, like the Seahawks got some offensive line issues. But I know they traded Max Unger, one of the better centers in the NFL, to the Saints for Jimmy Graham to help with the passing game. But the Rams defensive line dominated their offensive line. They put up 31 points, you know what I mean? Now, they scored 2 defensive touchdowns. You know what I mean? So that's only really 17, you know what I mean? But for the most part throughout that game, the Rams dominated their offensive line, man. But I do think the Rams defensive line, Aaron Donald, man, he balled yesterday. The Seahawks offensive line had no answer for him, you know what I mean? And then you got the play that ended the game, you know, it was in overtime. The Rams had got a field goal. They was up 34-31, and they did a read option out of the gun where Russell Wilson and Marshawn got tackled for a loss by Aaron McDonald, to be exact. And people were saying, what about that play call? I don't mind the play call, man. That's what they've always done. That play is consistent in their offense. You know what I mean? If you're consistent, I can't argue with that. You know, you go with what got you there. What my concern is the onside kick that Pete Carroll decided to do in the opening kick in overtime. You know what I mean? Maybe trying to be like Sean Payton in the 09 Super Bowl against the Saints and the Colts. I mean, opening kickoff second half, do onside kick. But the post-game press conference, he was like, that's not what they were trying to do. They were trying to get some type of squib kick or kick it further. He basically blamed the kicker. You know what I mean? And what it looked like to me, maybe what he was trying to say, the kicker was supposed to like kick it into the ground and get that bounce where the ball's up in the air, and that gives the team, the kicking team, the chance to, because the ball got to travel 10 yards, onside kick and all that. I might give him a chance to get it, you know what I mean, while it's in the air. But he basically just, to me, I took it as he threw the kicker under the bus. Like, dude, that was an onside kick. That's a coaching decision. But anyway, I mean, then you go back to the Super Bowl, you know, on the 1 yard line, and they throw an interception. You know what I mean? And I thought it should at least have gave the ball to Marshawn at least twice. It's 4th down territory. But anyway, that's Pete Carroll. He's arrogant. You know what I mean? He's very arrogant. Him, Chip Kelly, the Eagles coach, and Bill Belichick, the Patriots. 3 of the most arrogant coaches in the NFL. You know what I mean? But sometimes, I mean, if you success, you can back it up. You know what I mean? But very arrogant, man. You got to question those type of things. And no Cam Chancellor. I mean, the Seahawks look like they definitely need Cam Chancellor, man. You know what I mean? The heart and soul of the defense, especially the secondary. And his backup was the one who gave up the touchdown to send the game into overtime. You know what I mean? Not saying if Cam would have been here to make that play, but hey, Cam Chancellor is the beast in the NFL, man. No doubt about that. You know what I mean? But then they got Green Bay week 2. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough, man. I know Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, they matched up in down in Tampa, number one overall pick, Jameis Winston, number 2 Mariota to the Titans, and they played down in Tampa. And I was watching the game, and I had tweeted out, I was like, man, Winston and Mariota are having 2 completely different NFL debuts. I mean, Mariota's couldn't have went any better, especially in the first half, and Winston he couldn't have been no worse. You know what I mean? Winston, his first career pass, pick 6. You know what I mean? They say the last quarterback to do that was Brett Favre. You know what I mean? But first career pass, pick 6. You know what I mean? Marcus Mariota, 4 touchdown passes in the first half. The first quarterback to do that in their debut. Now, I personally believe, I put some of the blame on the coaches. The Titans coaching staff put Mariota in a better position with the play calling, because they did a lot of that play action out of the gun, read option, and throw that quick slant. Same type of plays Oregon ran. So they put him in a better position. And he only threw the ball 16 times. You know what I mean? Winston threw it over 30. So you can tell the Bucs are going to be relying more on Jameis Winston than the Titans are on Marcus Mariota. You know what I mean? But those few pass attempts he did throw were very efficient. Same thing in Oregon. You know what I mean? Don't throw the ball a lot, but when we do throw the ball, it's efficient. That's why I was like, you know what I mean, the coaching staff for the Titans, I thought it was better than what the Bucs did for Jameis Winston. But I do think Jameis Winston will be okay. I think he'll be okay. Marcus Mariota is not going to throw 4 touchdowns in a half every Sunday. That's just, you know what I mean? I think both guys will be okay. Now, Mike Evans didn't play for the Bucs, the big time stud wide receiver. That could probably make a difference. You know what I mean? You have to lean your defense this way a little bit. So I do think Jameis Winston, I think he'll be okay. I do think he'll be okay though. The Ravens at the Broncos and watching that game, I know my prediction video I made, I said this is going to be Peyton Manning's last year. And watching that video, yeah, this is gonna be Peyton Manning's last year. He struggled. He didn't look good. Ever since he had the neck surgery, and some say it was because of the quad last year, he is losing a lot of arm strength. I mean, his arm strength is definitely on the decline. He made some throws in the preseason against the 49ers. I was watching that game, and if he had more arm strength, it would have been a touchdown. But because he didn't have what he wants to have, it was an interception. And it just, I mean, it's father time too. He's up in age, you know what I mean? So, but you can clearly tell. But they won the game. Now the Broncos defense is solid. Broncos defense is solid. But man, he struggled. I mean, he threw the ball almost 40 times and only 175 or 80 something passing yards. That's nothing. You thought about that many times? I mean, you doing like what John Bass say, dink and doink? He struggled, man. I mean, the Ravens, we got 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, Joe Flacco, Peyton Manning. And the first red zone snap, the first snap in the red zone came with 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter by the Broncos. Like, what? You know, I understand the Ravens offense I don't think it's as explosive as it was last year. But Peyton Manning? Man, oh man, I was watching. I was like, his arm strength, man. I think it's gonna be his last year. And the offensive line isn't that good. He got sacked a lot in the preseason. He got sacked a lot on Sunday, and he's not that mobile. You know what I mean? So you don't want to say he's gonna get hurt or some type of career-ending injury like what happened to with Bledsoe or Troy Aikman. You know what I mean? So don't want anything like that. But they got to do a better job of it. But it's week 1. It's week 1. Defense is solid. I think Peyton can build. The Ravens defense is good, no doubt about that. You know, I mean, Ravens defense is solid, even though they had a big, a key injury. You know what I mean? We'll get into that later. But Peyton's got to be his arm strength. It's obviously it's apparent. I mean, you can't help but to notice, like, man. But they played Thursday night against the Chiefs, man, and it might be better. We had Ndamukong Suh involved in another controversial dirty play. in Washington, against Washington D.C. against the Redskins. The Redskins running back Alfred Morris. Sue kicked off. I don't know if you guys probably seen the play. They kicked off his helmet, and you know what I mean. Now the league say they're not gonna. When I saw it, I was like, I think he was just trying to move his leg around him, and he kicked his helmet off. You know what I mean. The league say they're not gonna discipline him. I thought that was the right call. But it's just that it's Ndamukong Suh. Last year, week 17. Standing on Aaron Rodgers' leg, you know what I mean? Rodgers had the calf injury. Was it Thanksgiving 2013? I think he he stomped on, I think it was one of the Bears line or something like that. Jay Cutler, just Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he's been involved in some controversial, dirty plays. You know what I mean? Another one happened on week 1. But I thought the no discipline, I thought that was the right call. Video's getting kind of long. Then the injuries, you had Luke Kuechly, concussion, man. He's going the Panthers middle linebacker. He's going through concussion protocol. I know Deshaun Jackson for the Redskins at wide receiver, been on that deep ball. He pulled up hamstring. They're saying 3 to 4 weeks. T.Y. Hilton for the Colts wide receiver, knee injury, sprain. I think it's a sprained knee. He's day to day. I think he'll play week 2. If the Jets, Derek Carr for the Raiders, look like he first I thought he broke his hand or broke his thumb, but it's just bruised, swelling. They don't know if he's gonna start. It depend on because he got the swelling in his hand. If he can grip the football, that'll determine whether or not he can play. You know what I mean? For my Cowboys, Dez broke his foot. 4 to 6 weeks, could be 8 weeks. It could be 3 from what I'm hearing, something like that, 3 to 4. Our second round pick, Randy Gregory, high ankle sprain. Say it's pretty bad. He's out for maybe 3 to 6 weeks. Then the big injury is Terrell Suggs, man. He popped his Achilles. I think he popped the right one in 2012, missed a year. Then he popped it against the Broncos on Sunday, man. Damn, I feel bad for T Sizzle, man. I like Suggs. I like Suggs, man. He's out for the year. That's tough for the Ravens, man. NFL gonna miss him this year, man. I like Suggs. He's out for the year, man. That's tough. Hearts and prayers go out to him, man. As far as week 2, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm looking forward to my boys at the Eagles. I'm gonna have a video for that, breaking that game down. I'm definitely interested in the Patriots. Right now, it's slated as a 1 o'clock game. The Patriots at Buffalo. You know, the Buffalo Bills fans were chanting, "We want Brady," and then Brady was saying that, "No, we'll be there." So a little trash talking. I love it. I love it, man. I love the trash talking, man. But Buffalo's defense was for real. You know what I mean? But Brady's a special quarterback now. Brady's special, so we'll see how that play out. I'm definitely gonna be locked in on that game at 1 o'clock on the Sunday ticket, man. And Seattle at Green Bay, Sunday Night Football. They're saying Seattle's front office is saying right now that they have no intentions of giving in to Cam Chancellor. I mean, Seattle, are they going to be 0-2? You know what I'm saying? That's going to be tough to bounce back from, man. Tough division, too. Let me know what you guys think about week 1. What games are you guys interested in for week 2? Things that stood out to you. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, man. Leave a comment, man. I'm excited about the season. It's finally here. I'm excited. I got Sunday ticket this year. Definitely plan on getting it every year. Now I got my PlayStation 4. So they probably did that last year. I just didn't know about it. You know what I mean? But I got that, so I'm on it, man. I was going through the games like a kid in the candy store, man. I was excited, man. But let me know what you guys think. Like I say, man, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. The video is getting kind of long now. Let me know what you think, man. This your boy, The Real McCoy, man. I'm out. Peace.